Hey folks, we've got a real exciting show, a couple of great products from Marineland to show you. It's all coming up right after this. Hey YouTube, this is Pecktec, and as you may have seen last week, Marineland made it rain. We've got all kinds of cool Marineland products. Well, basically they sent me this set here, which you see, ×3. And today we're going to unbox these. We're going to unbox these two things. This one I'm going to keep. I'm actually going to throw this on my 210 and see if it can help kind of keep the water a little bit more polished in there. And this one here, I'm going to unbox. We're going to take a look at it, and then I'm going to give it away to one of you. I'm basically going to keep doing that all through November. I've got 2 more of these besides what you see here, and 2 more of these, and those are going to get thrown into the mix as well. We're going to take a look at these filters. Be sure to stay tuned to the end of the video where I'll tell you how you could possibly win one. So early on in my fish keeping, I used a lot of Marineland products, especially the BioWheel products. And as I started making videos about keeping fish, and there were a lot of different reactions because suddenly the things I'm doing are exposed to the greater world, and I had a lot of different comments. Some have even been kind of disparaging comments against like the BioWheel and stuff, but I found them to be extremely effective. Probably my first 7 or 8 different tanks were those Eclipse, on the top hoods that would have the internal filter with the BioWheel. And I had the Pinguin 350s on my 55. If you go way back in my my aquariums, you'll see those. I used those for years. I mean, it must have been 5 or 6 years. They're very reliable. Now, because I have an aquarium channel, and because as time passed, I wanted to try new things, I've moved away from a lot of the hang on the back filters that I used to use. But I still have fond memories of those Penguins, especially when I would start up a new tank. Because I could take even like the 200 that basically had the same size wheel as the 350. I think that's right. They had the 200. And I could put that on a tank and take one of the 350's wheels off and put it on there and basically just carry that bacteria right over to the new tank. The advantage of the BioWheel is it provides a whole lot of oxygen in something that's constantly wet. So that media is designed to really hold the beneficial bacteria and give them a home. So the water's passing over that constantly. And it's getting a lot of oxygen as it moves around. So it's wet all the time, but it's also getting a lot of oxygen all the time. And it provides this sort of optimal environment for that bacteria to live. Plus, it's right at the end of the filter cycle. So ideally, the water that's passed through is passed through some other medium. Usually, they've got cartridges in here with carbon in them, and they'll have like a filter media. Oh, yeah, here's some carbon too, and filter media and that sort of thing so that the muck gets trapped into this. So as hang on the back filters go, you could do a lot worse than the Penguins, and the Penguin 350 was my standby. And I'm super excited to see, sorry polishing filter, we're going to look at you a second. I'm super excited to see what the new version looks like now. So I've purposely not opened this box yet. I have not read any instructions. You can definitely read some instructions before you tell us how things work. No. No. That's not how we do it here. No, I make the mistakes that you would make if you were this dumb. Now, along with the polishing filter and the 350, they sent me this reusable media bag and ammonia reducing resin. Oh, very interesting. I thought that this was carbon because it was black, but this is something else. For use with most aquarium filters, ammonia nitrate reducer changes color to amber when depleted. Oh, wow. So this will actually change color and let you know when it's depleted. How cool is that? Well, I'm suddenly very excited. And I bet you could use it, you could put it in here. These probably go together. I'll definitely be trying one of these out too, but that's so neat. Let's take a look at this bag. Let's just start small. We'll work our way up to the filter here. Okay, so it looks like in a box you get 1, 2, 4 of these. These are smallish bags. And on the back, they give you a couple of examples of how you could use it in your hang-on-the-back filter or your canister filter. Very neat, very neat, very neat. And here we have the Pinguin Pro 375. I can say right, just looking at the box, it's a lot different look to the old filter. So it looks like it's a little bit slimmer right here. Of course, the big deal about this one is that the motor is down low, but we'll take a look at that in a second. It says it has an improved impeller, a hinged lid versus the kind that just fall off. Important information sticker, that's nice. This one does have flow control. It's got the dual filter chambers, motor dampener, that's interesting, media basket, okay, and submerged motor, mid-level intake. Oh, and it's got the dimensions. So it looks like from the back of the tank to the wall is 3.9 inches. And then across is 15.13 inches. And then inside the tank, 2.83 inches. Okay, so this says it's good for up to 75 gallons. And I say it says it is because really a lot of times with filters you want to just, overcompensate a bit. It's ultra quiet, they say, at less than 40 decibels. But let's take a look inside. Okay. There's the instructions. Let's pull this out. Interesting. All together, packed inside of there from a shipping standpoint. That's pretty smart. This is jet black. And that is a good thing. I love it when they finally got the clue that we don't really want to see these things. I was in theater for a long time, and if we were building a stage and we wanted to hide sort of a mechanical element, we would always just paint it black. That was the secret. Paint it black and it disappears. Alright, there's the impeller right there. That's pretty easy to get to. That means that the motor's going to be right here. And what that means for you is that if the power goes out or anything happens, the water's going to fill back up in the filter. It's not going to have to be primed. I'll tell you what's fantastic about having this below the water line is, one, it makes it quieter. It's going to be a little bit quieter than normal because you've got the water's an excellent muffle. The other thing is that it never has to be primed because it's already going to be immersed in the water. You're never going to have to add water to the top of it just to get it to go. And frankly, that was a big problem with quite a few of my Penguin filters sometimes. Like a lot of filters, some of the time they work and some of the time they don't. Oh, wow. See, I automatically love this so much better than before. Before, what we had a little plastic thing that would kind of fit onto the front. And then you would have this other one in the back that would be kind of a separate piece. Now it's all in one. You just lift it up like lifting up the hood, and you can get to all your stuff. Now here you have the bio wheels. This is that surface that the beneficial bacteria kind of spread their colonies on. And what's cool is if somebody that you know has maybe several of these going or a few of these going, if you swap your new one for one of their ones that have been in service, then you can cycle your tank up pretty quick. Or if you've got multiple of these filters, or maybe the other one, the smaller one that's like half of this, that uses the same style wheel, you can just swap them out. These look like they spin really well. That's important. A lot of times, especially in the older ones, these could get stuck from time to time. And that wasn't cool. Alright, use these up. Let's see what else we got in here. Probably the rest of the intake. There's some more pieces to pull out of here. Let's see what we got. And that's a little different. Alright, so that's everything. They've got a flow control right here in the middle. The Penguins didn't have that. The old Penguins, the 350s, didn't. And we've got a little sticker here, the information sticker to let you know what size these are, what size these are. They say you never need to replace the bio wheel. And that's what they've always said. Now, I've heard other people say, oh, it's a ripoff. They just want to sell you these bio wheels. Well, no, they're telling you never have to part with them. The ones that you have supposedly live forever. Now, I imagine, logically, these could get clogged up and become, or damaged in some other way. Maybe your cat knocks it off. Maybe, you're doing something, but you never rinse these. You want to just keep these away from your, you don't need to rinse these off or clean them in any way, but you could take them and kind of rinse them off in aquarium water. Like if you're doing a water change, you pull some water off into a bucket from your aquarium. You could rinse it off in there a little bit before you pour it out. Or do something like that to kind of maybe free up the debris that's collected on here that could clog it up and keep it from, breeding the good bacteria you want. Of course, another thing with these filters is they come with cartridges, and these cartridges are a piece of plastic with carbon inside. You can kind of see it, maybe. You can see it moving around in there. And they've got this pre-filter here, a little spongy pre-filter, and these just fit inside of here. You can fit up to 2 of them in each side. They get pretty clogged up if you do that. They have little channels built into the top of this filter, so if things do start to overflow, they'll overflow around the sides and then back out. I must say, aesthetically, I love this thing compared to the old one. It is so much better looking. It is really, really a sexy little thing. Something that's going to blend into the background. It's not a big showy appliance. Now, it looks like to help keep it quiet, it's got some bumpers built in right here and right here. Of course, it's going to fit over your aquarium like so. And like a lot of the old versions, it's got some telescoping pipes here that will fit onto the end. So you can make it long if you need it to be longer. Oh. Also, it has this piece, which is meant to be sort of a mid-level pull. So if you want to put this part here a little deeper, yeah, and then that'll just fit on like so, and you're all set. Really not much setup with this at all. So that's really neat. The Pro 375 is in my opinion, a huge improvement. I mean, even just this feature here, putting the pump down below the waterline, that's a game changer right there. And having your pop-up lid like that, without a bunch of crap to kind of fall away and give you trouble, I love that. It seems thinner, maybe not. It seems like it's a little bit thinner than the old ones. I'm having trouble remembering. This does bring back a lot of good memories though, the 55 and some of my early fish keeping. And that's the Penguin 375. It is the largest that they make in this line of filters. They also have the 275, 175, and the 125. Okay, so up next we have the Magnum internal canister polishing filter. Now, I've seen these used a lot in the different shows that I've visited. And I don't know if that's the sole and primary use, just to kind of polish up your tank, especially if you just set it up. But I don't think this is intended to be used continuously as a filter. This is just to kind of clean up your water. Even the advertisements sort of allude to that. Show you the tank before and after with this thing in it. Here's a breakaway of the insides, talking about some of its special features. It does have a dual chamber media container, 2 refillable chambers hold carbon or customizable filter media, easy startup. The submerged motor means quick startup, no priming necessary, no backflush. When the motor shuts off, dirt and debris stay in place, keeping the water clean and clear. 2-in-1 versatility easily converts from everyday continuous 3-stage filtration to high efficiency polishing, water polishing with included micron cartridge. Interesting. as I was saying, canister filters, I've mainly seen them used at shows to kind of get their tanks looking a little bit better, you know, a little bit cleaner and polished. Let's take a look at one and see. They seem to imply that you can kind of use it every day by using more or less of the filter. How large is it? Like, it looks pretty big there. Oh, well, you know, it's not as big as I thought it would be. And for me, I was thinking, man, I could just stick that in my sump. Let it blow around in there. Ah. Wow. Yeah, that's a neat little filter. Let's pull the rest of it out and see what's going on here. Got some instructions. We have... Oh. Some activated carbon, big bottle of it too. And in this box we have, what? We've got these things that I would know what they were called if I'd read the instructions probably. Okay, in this bag, we've got some, this is the spout to kind of direct the water, and we've got this to probably extend this part out. Also, it looks like you could run an air line into it if you want to mix some air bubbles in. And we've got the mounting bracket. So that's going to clip onto the back right here. Then the suction cups are going to go into place on either side. Okay. And it did come with 3 suction cups. Let's take a look inside. Very intuitive. I just twist it off and it comes off there. I'm trying to see where the water comes in because this is all sealed. So the water must be coming in through the back, perhaps. It's definitely pushed down through here. That just kind of fell off. It looks like it's the same on either side. Oh, it's got a little gasket there. Oh, look at that. You got a little cage, and inside of this cage, I imagine, so if you take off either side of this center part, looks like you've got there's like a little plastic piece halfway down the middle. But there's enough room to stick, perhaps, one of these little bags. Get some media together, either this stuff or this stuff. Get some of that, put it in a bag, and then you could insert it into here and do a little polishing. There's some carbon in the other side even if you want to do some polishing and maybe remove some ammonia nitrate. What did that say? Nitrite. Remove some ammonia or nitrite. Alright, so now it's kind of coming together. You can use this as a box filter and probably a power head because I imagine that's a pretty powerful spray there. Putting chemical stuff in here, you got your mechanical portion right here. Kind of put it all together and use it that way, or you could swap it out, stick this on there. You put this on there and remove very, very fine particles. It's got a note on here that says that this can be reused. Rinse off obvious dirt. Make up a solution of 1 part chlorine bleach to 9 parts water. Submerge cartridge completely overnight. Rinse it thoroughly, and then you can use it again. Very cool. So again, you got your polishing, and you could include carbon or other things inside of here too, I imagine. And your everyday, your like box filter style filter with that. And that just kind of all tucks away inside of this little internal canister where it will be processed inside. How neat! So right now my 210, for example, I've got a power head in there. I could easily swap this out and Or I could put this, I could just drop this down into my canister and just let it churn away in there. Or I could put it up top and occasionally swap this out when I need to polish the water a little bit more, get it a little bit cleaner. I don't have a big problem with that really in any of my tanks except for the 210. With the 210, my fish dig a lot. Like it seems like they're kicking up sand and they're digging in the substrate quite a bit. So I get a lot of debris in the water. So even if I keep my socks that usually take a lot of the debris out. So sometimes even though I'm keeping up with those, it gets a little bit cloudy in there. Especially right after a water change. It'd be kind of neat to just like swap this out and clean it up, especially right before I want to show it. But the only people I really show it to are you, because I don't have a tremendous amount of visitors. Well, there you have it, a couple of really great Marineland products. And now's the part where I share them with you. So all you need to do to win one of these is comment down below. So what I'm going to do is, they've sent me 3 sets of what you've seen here. I'm going to keep one of these, along with the media and the bags for myself. And then I'm going to send out the other 2 of these polishing filters. In addition to that, I'm going to be sending out the Marineland 375, the Penguin 375 filters. I'll be sending out all 3 of those. The one I just unboxed, as well as the other 2. So over the next few videos, what I'm going to do is give away one or both of these filters. In fact, on this first video, I'm going to go ahead and do the Penguin 375 that I just unboxed. I'm going to put it right back in the box, and I'm going to mail it out to one of you. Week after that, we'll do the polishing filter, and then we'll just kind of go back and forth until I run out of filters. All I ask is that you be from the United States. It's just too expensive to mail it overseas. I'm sorry about that, guys. I'll try to make it up to everybody. I think the end of the year, I'm going to do a worldwide contest. Or basically anywhere where Amazon will go. And I'm just going to give away an Amazon gift card. And I'll do that sometime in December to help make up for these giveaways where I just can't do anything for you. But yeah, if you live in the U.S. and you would like the Penguin 375 hang on the back filter, in fact, this Penguin 375 hang on the back filter, then let me know down in the comments down below. I'm not going to pick anyone until the next week, so I'll be sure I'll answer you and let you know that you've won, and then I'll pin the comment so you'll know that that portion of the contest is over. So if you don't see a pinned comment saying that this is over, go ahead and comment now. If you like this sort of thing, if you like giveaways, if you're happy that Marineland sent me something to give to you, be sure to leave a thumbs up and click the bell so that you'll get notified next time a video comes up. Hey!
Hey YouTube! Long time no see. So
hey.
Today we're talking about these Marineland advanced filters, and I don't know much about them, but I think they're going to be a big hit. They probably already are a big hit. I really don't know, but follow your bliss, keep a clean tank, and I'll see you next time I see you.
Bye. Two in one versus... Two in one... If we had like a mechanical piece on a set that we didn't... If we had a... Hey YouTube, this is Pecktec, and if you tuned in... So that medium of wetness, and the wetness, and then... Are you leaving?
No, I'm not leaving yet. I was talking about leaving.
Oh.
I wanted to show you this video.
I'm literally in the middle of making a video.
But this one, you would... I'm sure this one... I was crying laughing downstairs. My mom had the same reaction you did, so I wanted to go show you. Happy Halloween.
Bye.
I'm sorry, it's ruined.